Hello everyone, how are you doing? Hope you're having a great day so far. Welcome to another video. This is the Demoscene report for the 13th of November 2024. As usual, I summarize everything that I could find regarding the active Demoscene, and I put out all the news and releases that I could find on the active Demoscene community throughout the week. Everything is linked on the description below, so you can check things at your own leisure, and there are quite a few things to cover, so let's go directly into it. Kicking things off with a look at the zoo demo party that happened 2 weeks ago. Very good demo party happening in Finland, dedicated to the Commodore 64. A lot of good releases came out of it, so let's take a look. Starting off with the basic effect competition, where you could use the inbuilt basic from the Commodore 64 to do a computer program, and there were quite a few that start doing things that you would not expect to see done in basic. Some clear screen effects, the typical maze, but running completely on the disk list here. A make-believe workbench emulator screen, a kaleidoscopic effect of some sort, introduction to programming level 1, Itchy Ball by New Basic Group, who had a more dynamic effect to it, was one of my favorites from the competition. In second place, Vixski Super Scroller by G-Magic of Complex, scrolling this Petsky image. And the winner was CNCD Superbox by Alexi Eben of CNCD, doing this 3D rotating cube, which Basic shouldn't really allow you for doing 3D stuff, but they managed to pull it off. So congratulations to Alexi Eben on winning this competition. Then we had the demo competition. A lot of entries submitted on this one. It was quite a lengthy competition, dragged on throughout the night. A very basic beer scroller by LPL getting last place. A flashing screen by Hackers on 17th place. Shame by Autokaet, just praising people for coming to the party place. Fishbomb by Extend was actually the demo that probably would have won the competition if it had played properly. They tried to play it like 3 times and it crashed every time. So it had some bugs and it ended up not being released. It's listed on the results, but it's not officially released. So we will probably see Fishbomb being released at another demo party coming soon. Maybe transmission, who knows? Let's wait and see. But I'm very curious to see this one. It already listed the members that worked on the production, and those were quite some heavy-hitting names, some even more famous from the PC scene than the Commodore 64. So very much looking forward to seeing that. Spagation by Lemming and Stallman, just a very basic screen and scroller. Kirsey by Decadence, also a little joke production by Decadence with this sausage with teeth, I would call it. Val Intro by Quantum, a little reference to Fallout there. A simulation by CLS, another one-screen entry. Panic Effect by Panic, just also a very basic screen, but also decently stylish. Man Oil by Zemosis, another one-screener, but a pretty nice little intro. Mutatus, the best of, was a music disc, which was actually quite interesting. The raster bar effects on the top logo actually were different for every single song that was played, and they synchronized to different parts of the song. So it was actually quite interesting music disc for the competition. Also, the clock moved along with the progression of the timeline, which was also a nice little touch. And the music was also good. Then Innerverse by Gorbat Soft, which was a quite nice little demo actually. Last year's entry at Zoo was also very stylish and strange, and people really resonated a lot with it. This year was also a pretty good demo in my humble opinion. Nice storyline, the different attention to details on quite a few different things. People were sad they didn't see the dog making a comeback, but it was a pretty good demo nonetheless. In 6th place, Dame Kitty and the Mushrooms by Onslaught, just a very basic one screener, but very stylish looking, as you can see from the screenshot. A lot of small details going around, like a butterfly flying and things like that. Pyramage by Finnish Gold, nice little demo by Finnish Gold there, with some good 3D technology on a very restrictive screen and some good sounds as well. Stereo by Phonics was one of my favorites from the competitions. Had this glitch rave aesthetic to it, a lot of things happening on screen, very stylish looking logos, so definitely one of the cooler demos of the compo for me. Papel by Pretzel Logic was like a reference to this Netflix series that I haven't seen yet, so maybe I didn't get as much out of it as I was supposed to. It had a lot of effort put into it, a lot of good graphics, a lot of good music. There were some parts that felt a bit out of place. So overall, the general design cohesion of the demo was not very on point. Felt more like a mega demo than an actual coherent demo. But it was a nice demo nonetheless. I did enjoy some of the different parts in it. So congratulations, Pretzel Logic, for finishing this one. Lethal Display 6 by Bonsai also had some stylish effects in it, a worthy second place in my opinion. And the first place, Nightfall by Artline Designs, also with this very urban design to it, which worked very well on the Commodore 64 color. So really cool to see. Worthy winner in my opinion. Congratulations Artline Designs for winning the demo competition at Zoo 2024. Then they had the disc cover competition where you had to hand draw the covers that would usually go into Commodore 64 discs, which is a bit of a lost art that we used to do a lot when trading discs with each other, and now we don't do it as much, and they have a specific competition for it at Commodore 64. Some kids just did random drawings on it, or not random, thematic to Halloween drawings on it, so you could actually hand draw stuff, which is really cool. You could also print stuff. This is actually just one side of the disc. You actually would have two sides and then fold them and glue them together. It's a hit or is it shit? The bottom part is the shit part, so only half of the screen here. Forest by Kermatsu, another drawing made by a kid, which also looks very cute. Fish Bomb by Junkie would be the cover art for the demo that ended up not being finished properly. Also very stylish looking. Stereo by Phonics for the Stereophonics demo, also very stylish. Oh My by Electric of Extend, amazing hand-drawn artwork on this one with some pointillism doing shadows there, really cool. And also in theme with the Halloween theme of this year. Commodore Immortal by Deuce of Extend. This one was a very special project, and we'll talk a little bit more about it on the Wild competition. But this looks like a big thing, but then it was cut into small pieces, and you would have like numbered versions for every single of the discs that were made for it out of like a segment of this. So if you would put all of the discs together, you would see a mosaic with this image, and it was drawn as a big image, but then it was cut into 7 different places for each of the discs. So nice little concept, and there's even more to it that is presented on another video at the Wild competition, and we'll talk about that in a little while. Anyways, a nice little artwork here. The screenshot actually doesn't make it justice because this is all hand painted with pointillism, so it's really a lot more high resolution than this. But yeah, very good image nonetheless. Congratulations Deuce on winning this competition. They had the game competition for developing small video games. Double Star Blitz by Master SQL got 5th place. 4th place, Woodries by PWP, using like weird wood shapes on a sort of Tetris clone. I didn't really understand how it's supposed to work, but I guess you're like loading a wagon and the pieces of wood float back and forth. Anyways, weird. The Last Z8 by Dr. Terrors, a little homage to Ghostbusters. Aquarius by Alexi Eben, which we had already talked about on the previous video, where you had you can use the data set to control the video game. And the winner was Hera 47 by Vector 5 Games, a remake of Leisure Suit Larry with some changes to fit Finnish culture or Finnish Demoscene culture in a way. Congratulations Vector 5 Games for winning this. I actually don't think it should have won. I think because it's not very original if you consider it. Yes, it's still some work to do, but I mean, showing screens and sprites moving on Commodore 64 is not that hard, and making an original game is a lot harder, in my humble opinion. So that's my 2 cents, but congratulations Vector 5 Games nonetheless for this Hera 47 game. Then they had the graphics competition, and you know graphics competition at Commodore 64 is always very high quality. Quite a few number of entries submitted, so let's go through a few of them and focus on the top ones. Our cats, a mix of Poppy and Mario there. And in 7th place, Girl Love Has Never Hurt Anyone by Base Cadet, making reference to the Alien movie there. Extra Balls by Ilias of Art Designs, also very interesting Halloween-themed image. Fool's Gold by Joe of Wrath Designs, stunning piece here. 4th place, Jesu by Mikael of Pretzel Logic, also very high-quality dithering. When Adam Met Algorithm by Der People of Extend, with this nice little take on the original Adam image. 2nd place, Out of Mind by Electric of Extend, with this more surrealistic sort of vibe with melting faces. And the winner was Slobber by the Sarge of Fairlight, with this very picturesque image of a clown eating a pumpkin. So yeah, very good competition as is usual on most Commodore 64 graphics competitions. Congratulations the Sarge on another win. Music competition was won by Reed of Fairlight, which keeps saying that he's inactive on the demo scene, but then ends up winning competitions. What's up with that? 2nd place to Zardax and 3rd place to Mutetus. One block competition. Finally, we see some size coding competitions being available for Commodore 64 parties. You only had 256 bytes to make your intro out of. Some people made some small games, like Alex Eben make a whole range of them. Yuppe made this I am error little screen as well. Nano Chess, another game by Alex Eben in 256 bytes. An Invader Clone, also by Alex Eben. Slot Machine Simulator by Alexei Even, a Synth Simulator by Alexei Even, a Lightning Bike Cave doing this lightning effect with basic L systems as far as I understood. Nanopede by Alexei Even making a Centipede clone. Nano Racer making a Racer clone in 256 bytes. Tetris clone as well by Alexei Even. Alexei Even was very busy for this competition. Morning Stretching by Samar Productions had this nice raster screen effect, also in 256 bytes. And the winner was Taboo by Ninja of the Dreams, doing this checkerboard effect on a Commodore 64. So really cool to see more size coding activity on Commodore 64. Whenever we cover Love Byte, it always feels like the Commodore 64 platform is not very attractive for size coders. So it's cool to see some competitions dedicated for that showing up at new demo parties now. Then we had the Petsky competition, which had a lot of high quality releases as well. 21 entries overall. So let's. This one was one of my favorites as well. I've tried turning it off and on again. I'm a very big IT Crowd fanboy. The Doctor's Dictionary by Backspin of Con Artists as well. Very interesting image. This one was also pretty good. That Can Dance by Snake. Beware the Forest Beast by Sopusasopuli. Then Badzaz by Vent of Extend, which I think that's a night in like a cathedral with some murals, glass murals, I think. Welcome to My Zoo by Manu of Fit with some aliens there. Women of the South by Almighty God, very good use of black spaces there for the hair and those X characters. So really interesting aesthetic there. All of the Young Petsky by Dr. Terrors. Anastasis 2 by Rex Bang with a more stylish aesthetic as well, using the diagonals a lot. First Snow by Ilbu with a couple of goblins. Oni by Eddie and Mateus of Exotic Men with a little dog there. Kingsky by Electric of Extend. I don't recognize the person, but it's definitely a person of some sort, a character. Marooned by Sunday of Okatu Force, more pirate-themed image. Then Caged by Onchu of Pretzel Logic with this ape there. I guess it missed last year's deadline of Zoo, which were about animals itself, and they released it this year. And the winner was Binari Pimihis by Warrior 1 of Artline Design, Proxima, and W1 Productions with this very stylish image here. Looks like a statue or an ancient person of some sort with very nice colors and very good use of the limited palette there as well. So congratulations Warrior 1 on winning the Petsky competition at Zoo 2024. They had other small competitions as well. The party feature was rewarding some feature that people brought into the party. Unfortunately, there are not photos of everything, so you had to be at the party to know. Bunny Wall by Yugi and Sulevi got third place. A C2N Aquarius mod by Uncle Sam and Dad that was actually explained on the Wild competition what it actually was. And the winner was Simicube 64 by AK, where you had a racing track with a Commodore 64 apparently. So yeah, interesting stuff. This is really nice to have like a category for hardware stuff that people bring to the party place and make the party cooler in some way. Then we had the Wild competition where anything else would go that did not fit the previous competitions. They had some videos, they have some images, a lot of different things. Random number generator by Ghost Rider by me of Finnish Gold. Then we had a music entry in 14th place. No clue why it wasn't presented at the music competition. Tree-sitter ASM 6502 Commodore 64 tool. Then we had a demo by Quadtrip for the Commodore Amiga, which is not very common at a Commodore 64 party nowadays. Kekri by Tempest was music for the Game Boy, was also presented at the Wild competition. Small demo for the Commodore 64. Paddy Forever by Finnish Gold. No clue why this wasn't presented at the demo competition. Demo teaser by Pretzel Logic, making a reference to the demo that they would present later on at the demo competition. Boney Express by Artline Designs, redrawing some graphics by another artist here for the Commodore 64. Then they had an SD to IEC ESP32 interface being presented by Byte Rapers. And in 6th place, an Almighty God Petsky release slideshow by Level 64 called A God Petsky Slide. In 5th place, a little video using the announcement system of some place. I think it's from the Hockey Arena, but I could be wrong. Anyways, they used that equipment to show some information. 4th place, Dark Side of Mars by Finnish Gold and Amiga demo. In 3rd place, we had Sid Covers Collection number 3 by Finnish Gold, doing some Sid music covers of famous pop songs from the 80s and 90s. And then in 2nd place, we have Making of Commodore Immortal by Deuce of Extend, where you can see the process of how Deuce made this image. He adapted the tattoo inking pen to use a normal ball pen, and he did a lot of pointillism work with that little motor on the pen. So you can see him doing all of the little details on the piece, and then how he cut them to do the different disc covers out of the larger image. So really interesting process, really good image, good artwork as well. So very cool. Do say congratulations on this making of. Actually, the making of is more interesting than the disc itself, in my humble opinion. Because on the disc you cut them and then it will very unlikely ever be fitted together again, while the big artwork is actually very stunning to look at. So yeah, really cool. And then the winner was Killer Pillar by Betcorp. Killer Pillar is an old track by Go280 that was repurposed here to make a video out of. They used the Petsky artwork, but moving way too fast, faster than it would be possible to have on the Commodore 64. So they made the JavaScript engine out of it, showing Petsky artwork and animating the hell out of it. Very fast-paced video with a political message in some way as well. So very cool video, worthy winner. A lot of people love this entry, so definitely check it out. And some Commodore 64 people were actually saying that this could possibly be made in a Commodore 64, so I'm looking forward to seeing that demake on actual Commodore 64 out of it. So here's the challenge left for you Commodore 64 developers out there. Last but not least, at the Zoo Demo Party, they had a competition specifically for kids doing their first entries there. They only gave awards for the top 3 entries. Kutamola by Vapuka got 3rd place. The 2nd place was a music entry, a melody by Green Ninja, and the winner was Basic Night at Freddy's Pizzeria by Cookie Goth. And that was it for the Zoo Demo Party. A lot of quality entries, as you saw. Looking much forward to the party next year again. If it's half as good as this quality, it's going to be a good party for sure. Moving on to other things, there was also a Benediction coding party happening for the Amstrad in France. Not that many entries overall, but all of them were quite decent. Graphics competition, stunning image by Chris. Very high quality pixel art there. And then they also had a combined demo intro competition where they had a few one-screen effects. We Are Part 2 by Impact and Perline getting a last place for the Amstrad Plus. Happy Halloween by Impact, also a very good image there and some 3D objects, but only a single screen as I already mentioned. Also sharing second place, Recycled Bug by the DOSBox team. And the winner was Borderline by Pulpo Corrosivo with a stunning image and a little effect with some scroller and plasma effects. Very basic little demo, but cool to see some releases at this small gathering in France as well. There's also a very useful post-party page where you can see the official results, report video, and a few written reports as well from the party, and a presentation on the latest updates on Arcus Tracker 3 made by Dagen himself and recorded by Rududu. You can see the link here. Check out that video as well. Then we have a bunch of releases outside of any competition, most of them for the Commodore 64 as usual. Ghosts and Sexy Goblins by Code 7 was released. Also Laxity Intro 135 Hot Hand Drawing. Month Top October 2024 by Judas, and Metroid 64 by Quantum, also for the Commodore 64. We have a couple TIC 80 releases as well by vurpo, TIC 80 Holiday Card, very stunning little Aurora Borealis depiction there, and a little homage to Sweden. I guess it's for Sweden's Day or something like that. So yeah, a couple intros by vurpo as well. Then there was this live streaming festival that I already mentioned last week. There were a couple more sets there that had some visuals made by Demosceners, including this one by Chvrchbvrner with visuals by Catnip, but made in shader coding this time. Then I found this What is the Amiga in 2024 talk presented by Trevor Dickinson, presented at AmiWest Banquest 2024, talking a little bit about what is the Amiga nowadays, what are the different options in terms of hardware and how things stand. So very cool to check if you want to have like an overview of the current state of the Amiga hardware scene. In other news, I saw this piece that Niantic is open sourcing the format .spz, which is a format that they use for compressing Gaussian splats models, which can take quite a hefty amount of space. They've been doing a lot of research on this field. They have their own editor and some tools for scanning things, and they decided to open source the format so people can incorporate into other editors and viewers and things like that, which is definitely cool. I've been following Gaussian splats on and off for the last year. It's been evolving slowly, but having a lot of interesting applications. I've been thinking of doing a demo using this technology, but I haven't found the time yet. So this definitely makes it more available in terms of disk space and bandwidth for the processor to handle. Very interesting if you are interested in Gaussian splats technology and implementing it into your engine. Then Phase 101 has announced the second attempt at the Amiga demo effect Jam. I remember reporting about the original one. I don't recall whatever happened with it, if they had any releases or not. Anyways, if you're interested in doing new effects on the Amiga for the first time, get in touch with the Phase 101 and try to do something for this game jam / demo jam session that's running for 2 months from now until January 31st. So yeah, get in touch with Phase 101. Then last week I had reported on this video by Rob Smith talking about the dual format between ST and Amiga, I believe, and now he did a similar thing but for the triple format discs, where you have a PC, ST and Amiga, all of them on the same disk but running or opening on different operating systems. So it does a in-depth explanation on how that works and how you can take advantage of it on different cases. And there was this new build by Ilmanit. He had already been working on this project to do this coding environment for developing small intros for DOS and be able to preview them immediately. He did the DOSBox version now, so if you code in NASM some small effects, you can now preview things directly on DOSBox. So check out this tool chain on how to get that working if you're interested in doing size coding targeting DOSBox and you don't really have it figured out somehow. And to round up this week's Demoscene report, there were a couple of art packs that were released at 16 colors. One of them was themed around the North American election, so you see some references to Kamala Harris, to Joe Biden, to Trump, and all sorts of different things. And the other one was Fire 41 that just finally got released. Also a massive art pack with all sorts of different ANSI and ASCII stuff. So yeah, a lot of high quality images on this one, so check those out as well. Next week we will be covering the results and releases from Comparade, this little demo party that took place in Germany this past weekend. The results and releases are not quite fully available on Demozoo yet. If you have access to them, please add them. That would save me some trouble preparing things for recording this report, would be very useful. Also a few other upcoming parties that are happening soon. Demo Splash in the United States, sessions in Japan, Moose Data in Sweden, 30 and Demo Party happening in Spain. Before then, transmission online only for the Commodore 64. Last year was pretty good as well. Experience happening in Hungary, and then a few other demo parties happening in December as well. Syntax Society having their Christmas party in the beginning of December, and also Seal Adventure happening in Poland, dedicated to the Atari, and Inertia Demo Party happening right here in Portugal, which I'm stressing a lot organizing, so please don't forget to come or submit some remote entries for. Demo Nights screening will be happening in Bern, Switzerland at the middle of the December as well. Not Tomb getting cancelled at the end or part of the year. And then we have a few other demo parties planned already for January. An Atari Last Party in Poland, rsync in Belgium as usual. Payback demo party that was recently announced will come back in Finland at the beginning of January, or end of January actually. And then we have the Jumalauta Winterfärjan traveling to Sweden and back on a boat, which you can't possibly miss. On the same weekend, we will also have GURP happening in Sweden, and Fjol Data also happening in Sweden, because Sweden is like that. They like to have multiple parties having on same weekend. They keep doing this kind of stuff. Anyways, that's all that I wanted to show you this week. Hope you have a great week. Hope you found some interesting hidden gems on this report. As usual, if you like, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video with a friend. It really helps us get more visibility on YouTube if you share it with a friend. If you like to support me directly for the things that I've been doing every single week, you can donate me something through patreon.com/psenough, or also get me an Elgato teleprompter, which I'm in dire need of. You can find the link for the Amazon wishlist down below. Other than that, I hope you have a great week. See you next time. Bye bye everybody. Take care.